Right then, so what we're going to do today is look at Sony Vegas, the editing software that I use on my computer. So we're going to click the icon and it should load fairly quickly. This is Vegas Pro. There's various versions of Vegas. I've had it for quite a long time. I think I started with version 9, the cheaper version, and this version is the Pro version. So this is the main screen area. So down the bottom we have our area where we're going to do the creation. We have a preview of the video over on the right hand side. A area here which is for selecting files, which we can do from the menu, and this is all to do with various aspects of Sony Vegas. The preview window for the effect we can click on and see the actual result of that in the window. Now the Explorer menu gives you the hard drive. You can see that we have the files on the hard drive. I have a collection of files that I use most often, and they're in folders here which I can access. You can also see here that we can click on an item and then plus the preview, and it will appear in the preview window. You can also do that with videos as well. So if you've got videos that you want to have a look at, then you can do that. Now for me, I have set up a system of master files which I can load. So for example, if we do a product, let's do let's try to think of an interesting one that we can do that's quite challenging. Let's do this one, planes, trains and automobiles, because that's quite an interesting opening title. Okay, so down the left hand side you can see all the various tracks in this item. What do you call it? In this video, I suppose, is what you call it. And then the track details are here. You can, of course, scroll down, and you can zoom in and out to make the view slightly easier to see. Right, let's just have a look at the actual video that I've made. We'll start from about there. Oh no, we can start from the beginning. So we'll start there, and we'll actually play it for you to see it. See what it looks like. So there we go, that's the opening titles, and then you put your video, and you've got your your name tag there telling you people who you are, and then obviously your video carries on from there. This is like a sort of a blank drawing board that you can start from, and I've got various other ones that I've created. Each element of that was a different track. You can have on this version of Vegas, you can have as many tracks as you like. Previous versions, they limited it to 5, I think, and it was very limiting because you can't really do a lot with 5 tracks. As you can see, there's quite a few more than 5. And again, for the sound, you can have as many tracks as you like. I've got 1 track on this so far. The actual detail of the particular track, you can zoom in, and then when you click on the actual item in the track, you can see that we have here we have a particular effect, which is my name coming up on the screen as it sort of zooms across the screen. And when you put your cursor at the beginning of it, you can actually use your keyboard keys to sort of step through. Okay, there's the Andy Wright bit coming on Now obviously it will go slightly faster than you would see it on video, so if you want to see it on video you can press the space bar and the space bar to stop, or of course you can use the items down here, which are the play, rewind and stop buttons. So you'll learn the quick access keys very soon. There are many options. There's a whole load of options up the top. So if we do a particular track, let's do a video, just an example. So we don't have to, but it's probably best if you do. You can insert a video track and insert an audio track, and then you can obviously then select your particular effect that you want. So if we try this one, we could do a there's a picture of I've made earlier in true Blue Peter style, the travel blog. Now what we can do is we can do things with that, so we can zoom in to the use the scroll button there to zoom in, and then we can put an effect on that. So we could have it so that it comes in, I don't know, flying in. Maybe that's quite a nice effect. Do we have that? Yes. So we drag it down to the first part of the clip and let go. It brings up a box of options. Now usually what happens is all you do is just close it, because it is a little bit annoying that it opens up the options box every time. Now this has a default length of 1 second, which we can obviously drag and make shorter. So if we have it for 0.10 of a second, when it zooms in, you can see that it will zoom in quite quickly. And obviously, if you want to put it back, then you can drag it back to the 1 second and try that again. So it's a bit slower on the entry now. I mean, I generally do it by ear, as it were, or eyesight. So I might have it like 15.15 of a second. So we can have that back at the beginning. And there we go. So that's quite a nice speed. Okay. We then obviously can put some music to that if we want. We can have a clip of music which we can find on our hard drive, royalty free. So I don't know, there's loads of stuff we can do. These are all tracks that I've purchased and they're royalty free. So the hard part is choosing a correct track for the actual effect that you want. It could take ages, but you know, the actual selection of it is up to you. Now, just for argument's sake, we will drag that. Oops, what happened there? We will drag that down. Now, this clip is not long enough, so what we need to do is drag it. So we click on the end of it and drag it through. So what we'll do is we'll fade out the end. We'll have a long fade out, and this track here, the audio track, is quite long. So what you do is you click the S button, and it's split, and then you can delete the extra. And hopefully now, when we play it, we have a zoom in. and then a very long fade out. So that is essentially how you create your video, and multiple tracks. So you insert a video track, and then you can put, say for example, you could put some writing on top of that. It's a top-down system, so this track that I'm creating now will always appear on top of the graphic. If you put it the other way around, so if we drag that down, you will never see the writing, because the writing will never appear. Now, just as an example, what we'll do is we'll have this, and we'll put it on there, and it's the word cool. We're not going to do anything else with that, but that should appear on the video. But if we play it right now, let me just adjust that. So if we play it, you'll see that it doesn't appear, because the track is not appearing, because it's top down, and every track appears as like a pyramid. So that you need to move that on top of the other track in order for it to be seen. There we go. So the word cool appears on top of the graphic, and that is how you build up your video. And with transitions, there are a whole range of transitions that you can do. You know, some of these are pretty rubbish, but they come as standard. There is some of these ones here, specialist ones that you have to buy. You can buy add-ons for Sony Vegas, and they come usually from New Blue. They are quite expensive, the transitions, some of them, but you know, they are well worth the effort, because with the limited number that you come with, it's actually nice to have a range of different transitions that you can use. This includes video effects as well. So that if you want to make it this graphic, for example, or you want to make it black and white, then you drag your video effect down, and when you've done it, when you've clicked OK, then your actual graphic is now black and white. And sometimes this can be useful, because there are some effects here that are quite good. For example, the chroma key, which if you have a chroma key, which I can show you, we have a video with a chroma key effect, which I will load. So the chroma key, we can do, let's do a fist punch, shall we? Let's do a fist punch. I will have this over here, and now if your video project's size is different, then you can always change it to fit the video that you're using. But I generally say no, because I've already set the settings. Now let's try and find the this is a copyright free green screen effect that we can use in our videos. What we need to do is find the beginning of it and then chop it, because we don't really want all the adverts there. So if we start about there, okay, and then get rid of that, and then we can actually see the effect there, and then it falls off, so we can end it about there. Okay, so what we need to do is actually put it over our video. So we need another track, and we need another audio track. No, that was a video track. Wrong one. So an audio track. Oh, hang on. I want to be audio. There we are. Okay, so now if we bring that up there and that one up there, and then we'll move them over to there. Now when you play this, you're not going to see anything below it because the green is in the way, and when you play it, all you get there, boom, and that is it until the actual effect finishes. You're not going to see a thing until you actually use the chroma key. So the chroma key and a green screen, you can add your own colours, so you don't have to have the colours that you know, are really there. And hopefully, if your video that you're putting in there has been set up for green screen, then it will, as you can see, it will allow you to see what's below. Okay, so the word cool is not visible at the moment. Okay, so if we just bring that in to the there, so once it's finished, you can't see the word cool, but you can see the graphic. Okay, so if we play this, what will happen is some very nice effects. There. Well, I thought that was quite good. I mean, there's a little bit of playing around with that because in actual fact, if you look at this, when he's punching, it's not really solid background. You can see the background for it, which means that the green screen effect isn't really working that well. So you need to probably adjust the green screen. So it's probably a different colour green. And the difficulty is trying to find the green that you need. So it might be that you need to start again with a blank sheet, and then you can you know, set up your green screen. So this way we can use a dropper and we can select the green, and this time you can see that the arm is not revealing what's behind, so you can't see the word cool. This way then you get the exact green that was used rather than the green that comes with default. So let's play that again and see the whole effect. Yep, that's a lot better. You see that? And then the cool bit, which we can make slightly longer, I reckon. We can make that last slightly longer. Let's play that again. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. Yes. Well, there you go. That's a brief intro into the linear track approach in Sony Vegas making videos. You have to remember it's top down. Any track above it will not be seen below. Any track below will not be seen because of the way that it works. That it's like a pyramid. So the topmost track is going to be displayed. Any lower tracks are not seen unless you reveal them. So you can obviously do things with this that you can do with any other software. However, I like this software because it is easy to use. You don't have to worry too much. There's lots of other effects that you can do that we will cover in other videos, but for now, on this overview of Sony Vegas, I thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed it, and you'll come back again for part 2.